Morning students, welcome back to the new class. Today we are going to discuss the topic reproduction. Reproduction. In last class we were discussing about characters of living organism only. So today we are going to discuss the topic reproduction. It is also a characteristic of living organism. One main characteristic of living organism. So smaller classes onwards, we all learned about you also knowing that what is meant by reproduction. So all of you say one time, what is meant by reproduction? Production of offspring, production of offspring, production of young one, possessing characteristic less or more, possessing characteristic less or more to the parents, producing young ones or offspring who are having the characteristic more or less similar to their parents is called reproduction. Reproduction is a characteristic of living organism. While we come into the multicellular organisms, reproduction refers to the production of progeny. Reproduction refers to the production of progeny possessing features more or less similar to the parents only. This is the definition of reproduction. Reproduction refers to the production of progeny possessing features more or less similar to those of parents. Invariably and implicitly, we refer to sexual reproduction only. Sex organs are using, then the reproduction is called sexual reproduction. Three types of reproduction already I mentioned: sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, budding or regeneration. Like that, three types, mainly three types are there. In that, in sexual reproduction, parents can be produced by using their sense organs, parents producing the offspring. Organism reproduces by asexual means also. Mainly higher organisms are showing sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, sex organs are using. Female is using female sex organ and male is using male sex organ. Female sex organ producing female gamete, that is egg or ovum, and male producing male gamete, that is called sperm. When sperm fertilizes the egg or ovum, then zygote will be formed. Every living organism starts its life cycle from zygote only. Zygote is the unicellular structure. How zygote is forming? By the fusion of male gamete, that is sperm, and female gamete, that is ovum or egg. Ovum or egg is fertilized by the sperm. This is sexual reproduction. But all organisms are not doing sexual reproduction. Some are doing asexual reproduction also. So fungi, are you heard about fungi? What do you know about the fungi? Not having chlorophyll. So it have white color. Fungi multiply and spread easily due to millions of asexual spores they produce only. So fungi is an example of organism which is asexually reproducing. How fungi reproducing? Asexually only reproducing by producing spores. That is also millions of spores are producing by fungi. Fungi multiply and spread easily due to the millions of asexual spores. Millions of asexual spores they produce. In lower organisms like yeast and hydra doing budding only. Yeast and hydra, we observe budding. In planaria, that is called flatworms, we observe true regeneration. The regeneration is also there. Are you heard about regeneration? The definition of regeneration is a fragmented organism. Fragmented means which one lost its portion. A fragmented organism regenerates the lost part of the body and becomes a new organism. A fragmented organism regenerates the lost part of its body. The fragmented organism regenerates the lost part of its body and becomes a new organism. And it becomes a new organism only. So in this discussion, now three type of reproduction we discussed: the asexual reproduction, sexual reproduction, budding, and true regeneration. Budding is also a type of regeneration only. So it is saying a true regeneration. A sexual reproduction means sex organs are using. It is a characteristic of higher organisms only. Like a human being, higher order level of organism is showing sexual reproduction. And asexual reproduction example, lower organism only mainly doing asexual reproduction. In that, which is the example given for asexual reproduction? Fungi. Fungi multiply and spread easily due to millions of asexual spores. Millions of asexual spores only. Asexual spores are producing. So fungi multiply and spread easily due to the millions of asexual spores they produce. In lower organisms like yeast and hydra, how they are reproducing yeast and hydra? Budding. And in planaria, that is platyworms, we observe true regeneration only. In planaria, we observe a true regeneration. That is, a fragmented organism regenerates the lost part of its body and becomes a new organism. The fungi, the filamentous algae, the protonema of mosses, all easily multiply by fragmentation. The fungi, the filamentous algae, the protonema of mosses, all easily multiply by fragmentation. When it comes to unicellular organisms like bacteria, unicellular algae or amoeba, reproduction is synonymous with growth only. While we are coming, this first we discussed about multicellular organism. Mainly multicellular organism are showing three types of reproduction. Which are those? Sexual reproduction, asexual reproduction, budding or true regeneration. Sexual reproduction doing by higher level organisms, asexual reproduction doing by lower level organisms like fungi. Fungi sporulation method is done by millions of spores producing. That method is called sporulation. It is a method of asexual reproduction. We will learn detail afterwards. And in lower organism like yeast and hydra, budding they are doing. Yeast and hydra, which method is budding is also a method of asexual reproduction only. Budding is doing. It's a method of asexual reproduction. But in planaria, true regeneration doing by the planaria, true regeneration. The fungi, the filamentous algae, the protonema of mosses, all easily multiply by fragmentation. So these are the methods of asexual reproduction only. Sporulation, which is the example of sporulation. Fungi is the example of sporulation. And next method of asexual reproduction is budding, which is the example yeast and hydra. Budding, yeast and hydra. And next one is true regeneration, which is the example planaria. And next one is fragmentation, which is the example fungi and filamentous algae. These four methods are there coming under the, now more methods are there. Here 4 methods described. Which are those coming under asexual reproduction? Which are sporulation, budding, true regeneration, fragmentation. Which are those methods? Sporulation, budding, true regeneration, and fragmentation. Now example we will be say one more time. First one is sporulation. Example fungi. And second one is budding. Example yeast and hydra. Budding. Example yeast and hydra. And in next one, say regeneration, true regeneration. Example planaria. And last one we discussed here is fragmentation. Example, fungi and filamentous algae. Fungi and filamentous algae. So there are two types of reproduction: sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction is sex organs are using, as a result a zygote will be formed. It is a practice of higher order level organism like a human being. And next one is asexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction is a characteristic of lower organism. In asexual reproduction, sex organs are not using. And many methods are there. Which are the method? Four methods here we discussed. The first one is sporulation, example fungi. Second is budding, example yeast and hydra. And next one is true regeneration, example planaria. And last one we discussed here is fragmentation, example fungi and filamentous algae. These are the case of multicellular organism only. Now we are going to learn how unicellular organisms are there. So when it comes to unicellular organisms like bacteria, unicellular algae or amoeba, when this reproduction comes to unicellular organisms like bacteria, unicellular algae or amoeba, reproduction is synonymous with growth. Reproduction is very equal to growth only, because actually what is meant by growth means cells will be increase in size only. So when we are coming to unicellular organism, reproduction will be very equal to the growth only. Reproduction will be very equal to the growth. Means one cell is dividing into two only. That is reproduction. That is increase in number of cell only. So while we coming to the unicellular organism, reproduction will be more or less same meaning with the reproduction having more or less same meaning with the growth. That is increase in number of cells. Increase in number of cells. We have already defined growth is equivalent to increase in cell number or mass. We have already defined growth as equivalent to increase cell number or mass only. Growth as equivalent to increase in cell number. Growth as equivalent to increase in cell number or mass only. Hence we notice that in single-celled organisms, we are not very clear about the usage of these two terms, growth and reproduction. Hence we notice that in a single-celled organism, we are not very clear about the usage of these two terms, growth and reproduction. Growth and reproduction. So in single-celled organism, that is unicellular organism, we are not very clear about the usage. When growth will be takes place, when reproduction is taking place, because both of them are more or less same only. Increase in cell is calling as reproduction. In unicellular organism, increase in cell is called a reproduction. So that is growth also. But in multicellular, a new offspring is produced, a new young one is producing, that is calling as reproduction. Growth means increase in cell only. But in unicellular organism, increase in cell is considering as reproduction also, and that same is considering as the growth also. Understood? Further, there are many organisms which do not reproduce, that is mules, sterile worker bees, infant human couples, etc. Mules, sterile worker bees, infertile human couples, these all are not having the capacity to reproduce. If the organism not having the capacity to reproduce, then what it will be called? Fertile or sterile. It will be called as sterile. Not fertile, called sterile only. Sterile organism. So here see that mules, sterile worker bee. Are you knowing worker bee in the colony of the bee? Worker bee, infertile human couples. Hence, reproduction also cannot be an all-inclusive defining characteristic of living organism. Up to now, what we learned that all living organism reproduce. All living organism reproduce. Now, suppose that one human couple cannot reproduce. Like that, couples are also there now. If sterile. not having fertility, then they are living organism only. So now we cannot be consider reproduction is a characteristic of living organism. Non-living organism cannot reproduce. That is sure only. But a living organism can reproduce also. Sometimes they are not having the capacity to reproduce also. Understood? So mules are not reproducing. Mule is a combination of horse and a donkey. That will not reproduce. Sterile worker bee, only queen only reproducing. Worker bees are not reproducing. And infertile human couples, they all are not reproducing. Hence, reproduction also cannot be an all-inclusive defining characteristic of living organism. So, why reproduction cannot be an all-inclusive defining characteristic of living organism asking, then you have to write these answers only. Which answer understood? What is the question? Why reproduction also cannot be an inclusive defining characteristic living organism? Of course, no non-living object is capable of reproducing or replicating by itself. Of course, no non-living object is capable of reproducing or replicating by itself. No non-living. So opposite, while saying the opposite characteristic only or comparing living with the non-living, living with the non-living only we can say the definition of living. Everybody knowing the meaning of living. But what is life? What is living? That cannot be expressed or that cannot be defined. The meaning of that understood. Suppose in smaller classes we learn that living organism grow. But now we cannot be take it as a measurement. Why it is so? Because suppose that in our classroom and all closed only. So some dust is depositing over the bench or desk. As a result, what will be happen? The size of the bench will be, the height of the bench will be increased because all the dust is accumulated on the bench and desk or table. As a result, what will be increased? Size, height of that will be increases. Like that in mountain also. By wind and all, by the help of the wind, what will be happen? Soil will be accumulated on the mountains. As a result, only this height of mountain is created by millions of years. It is, but it a small hill also wind bring the soil and accumulate the soil on the mountain. As a result, its height will be increases. That is, hill or mountain is a non-living one only. Bench or desk also non-living one only. So, in this context, we cannot be say that growth is a characteristic of organism. Then how we will be say that non-living thing cannot grow? Like that we are comparing growth with. In this situation, while we learned the reproduction, I told that in smaller classes all we learned that reproduction is a characteristic of living organism. Reproduction is a characteristic of living organism. But what will be happen? Suppose that one human couple, they do not have a child or they are not having the capacity to fertile. They are sterile. Then they are not reproducing, but they are living thing only. Understood what I meant? So by saying the characteristic itself, we cannot be defined the word. We cannot be defined the word reproduction. Now I will show some slides to you. Of course, no non-living object is capable of reproducing or replicating by itself. So reproduction produce new living beings similar to itself or on reaching maturity. This is the definition of reproduction. Produce new living beings similar to itself. New living beings similar to itself on reaching maturity. After some age only reproduction start. Adult stage, that is on reaching maturity. Number of living beings increases and their existence is maintained. The advantage of reproduction is that number of living beings increases, number of living beings increases and their existence is maintained. Continuously from generation to generation, continuously from generation to generation. Next one, new living beings take the position in place of dead one. One organism dead, Its place is taken by its own young ones only. Like that, generation can be continued. So, various methods of reproduction are sexual, asexual, and power of regeneration. In asexual method only, we learned that budding, true regeneration, fragmentation, sporulation, like that different method we had learned under asexual only. So first one is the definition of reproduction: produce new living beings similar to itself on reaching maturity. Number of living being increases and their existence is maintained continuously from generation to generation. New living beings take the position in place of dead one. Various methods of reproduction are sexual, asexual, and power of regeneration. So today we learned the second characteristic. Growth already we had learned. The second characteristic, that is reproduction. Reproduction is a characteristic of living organism. Mainly there are two types of reproduction: sexual reproduction and asexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction, sex organs are using, male is using male sex organ and producing male gamete, that is sperm, and female is using female sex organ and producing female gamete, that is ovum. Ovum is fertilized by the sperm and producing zygote. By cell division of zygote, all the living organism will be formed from that. That is sexual reproduction. But in asexual reproduction, sex organs are not used. Sex organs are not used. Mainly lower organism adopting this method. Lower organisms are adopting this method. And asexual reproduction, there are different methods. So in that first method we had learned in fungi only. Fungi, how it is reproducing by fungi? Sporulation, producing millions of spores. So sporulation example, fungi. And then planaria, true regeneration. Planaria, true generation. Lost part is regained by itself. How lizard and all lost part is regaining. We are removing our nails, we are cutting our nails. After some days it will be regenerated. Hair and nail are regenerating in mammals, including human being. Hair also, hair, we are cutting the hair, it will be regenerated. So the meaning of regeneration understood. And in some unicellular algae or otherwise in fungi also, which method will be applied? Fragmentation also can be takes place. Fragmentation also can be takes place. So fragmentation, sporulation, then regeneration, budding. In Hydra, budding is taking place in Hydra. Now we are coming, this is the case of multicellular organism only. Now coming to the unicellular organism, how it will be? In unicellular organism, growth and reproduction is a synonym only, more or less similar only, the meaning. So only cell division only takes place because it was only one cell. So cell is dividing into 2, 3, like that, cell only divided. Cell dividing. Understood? Cell divides. So cell division and increase in number of cells is actually growth only. In multicellular organism, growth means increase in cell only. But in coming to the unicellular organism, increase in cell is a characteristic same to the reproduction only. Reproduction also having the same meaning, increase in the cell only. Because two cell means two organism only, because unicellular organism having only one cell. So one cell divides into two, then what will be happen? It is two organisms only. So here reproduction and growth having more or less same properties only. More or less same properties. So we cannot differentiate both the terms in the case of. So next term is that we, from smaller classes onwards, we learned that reproduction is a characteristic of living organism. But some organism, even though they are living being, they are not reproducing. Even though they are living being, they are not reproducing. Example, mule and worker bee, sterile worker bee, and sterile human couple, one who are not reproducing, then also. Suppose that one human couple, they are not having child, it does not mean that they are not living. They are living only, but they are not having the capacity to reproduce. Reproduce, understood? But no non-living thing. How living thing can be reproduced or not reproduced? Like that, two options are there for living thing. It have the capacity to reproduce, it has the capacity to reproduce. Otherwise, it does not want to reproduce. It not having the capacity to reproduce. Like that, two options are there for the living thing. But all non-living thing cannot reproduce. All non-living thing cannot reproduce. All of you understood the topic. Second topic only we discussed it today. And after making WhatsApp group, I will send the slides through the WhatsApp to you. First, let the WhatsApp group to make. So, any doubt regarding this one, you can ask in my number also. WhatsApp group, my number will be there. So, I think that the second topic, that is the characteristic of living organism. In that growth we learned, reproduction we learned. Understood?